Okay, so the question is, what in the heck happened earlier today around 6 or 7 a.m. Pacific time when XLM and XRP dropped out of the face of the planet, right, guys? So I did some light digging, and I think I actually found out why. And it's a really interesting twist here. But before we get started, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. My name is Arca. Let's go ahead and dive in here today on July 28th, 2025, and that's going to be at 10:23 p.m. Pacific time. So, guys, let me go ahead and flip over here to this screen and take a look at this. Mysterious whale suffers epic 4.5 million XRP liquidation, but here's a twist. Check this out. A huge XRP long just got slammed with a $4.12 million liquidation, which is one of the biggest forced exits in the market over the past hour. And yet, somehow, the position was not fully wiped, according to Hyperliquid data. So it seems that whomever is behind this size is not just leveraged up, but they are also refusing to leave the table. The wallet in question here is holding approximately, or just about 593 million XRP on a 20x lever, guys, cross margin. So with a total position value of just under $19 million, guys. The cost basis on this is 321. 291, right? So just about that 321 level here, but the price briefly dropped below $3.18, which triggered a partial liquidation. So it says even so, the position is still open, and it is now pretty close to the $3.10 zone liquidation price. So, guys, that is presently what that is what we got here as far as the news. There was a massive liquidation here, and that's what created the downside in the market earlier this AM, right, guys? So now, I mean, at this point, guys, it looks like he may have added cash into the marginal requirement here, because there wasn't any further liquidation or further downside here on price action, which I believe could have been the reason why we actually faced that critical downside of around 308, and then just bounced, and it's kind of recovering here a little bit, right? Guys, got to be careful when you trade futures, okay? You got to be careful when you trade futures, and that's when you get to lever your positions. You know, allowing guys, this thing is moving right here. Look at this. It's moving a daily ATR of about 18 cents, 19 cents. If that's the case, and he got partially liquidated at literally 2 cents down, that's not really the ratio that you should be trading at here, right? Or it's completely over levered. So you have to make sure to have an enough cash pillow against the 20x lever that you're doing, right? So that you can actually allow a larger liquidation bottom or pull here for you to use should the price action retrace. Okay, well, now I wanna go ahead and show you this as a trend potential completion, right? And now one of the ways that I can do that is actually identifying through this, right? So this is our Alpha 1 automated algorithm. So check this out. So the downside here highlights a very, very heavy amount of purple, right? And it kind of weakens when it goes up. But now take a look at the purple as it kind of drops into these lower valuations here. You see how the purple is almost diminishing completely? Well, that's pretty much telling me that we are potentially about to face kind of a recovery here. Now, if we drop into maybe a smaller time frame, well, now check it out, right? You see these clouds here that are completely, hot pink, but then as you start to reach this downside, you're then starting to see the structures of the teal color kind of popping in here, right up here. So, I mean, I guess I can do this here too, right? So if I would just put this thing back into the 30-minute time frame and kind of switch off that setting. So what you want to do is just go into your DIN 3, right? So DIN 3, put it on columns, and this here you can just go ahead and take out, and now put your your upward columns right here, right? So now up one, and instead of your you're down. My goodness, why am I not talking right? So down three, up one, right, guys? So both of them in columns is able to give you this kind of trend shift, right? So you can see here that very clearly we were getting some nice price action towards the upside, strengthening in that green, but it started to kind of diminish here in that color, right? Especially here in the upper time frames. As you approach these tops, you start getting that dim color, right? So now, yeah, guys, I think that in the immediate short term, we might be experiencing here. Yeah, I was gonna say that we might start experiencing some green bars coming in on the price action here, guys. So let's give this a little bit of an outlook here and see if we are gonna get a true shift for a potential upside. Now, by the way, guys, this is the Alpha 1 indicator. Now, this is completely upgraded now. It's got the facelift and it's looking pretty damn good. So, guys, I want to go ahead and tell you to make sure to get this algorithm, right, guys? It's in the description below. It's fairly cheap, and it's very cool stuff. All right, guys. But yeah, why don't we go ahead and now move on towards the next actually indicator here too, right? So Omega Advanced is actually telling us that the bear phase is over. We're starting to get this confirmation for an upside. Alpha 1 also has this here, right, guys? The higher time frame confirmation. It also does it where we can change it. So let's go ahead and see if this is an immediate short-term upside or can it be long-lasting. So 2-hour time frame, let's see what it says. Okay, 2-hour time frame is bearish on this. So that means that your immediate short terms, let's see, 40-minute time frame, it's still bearish on bullish. Okay, great. So that means your 20-minute time frame should also be bullish, right? Let's go ahead and change that. Okay, immediate short-term bearish here. That means that we're getting a closure potentially around the 30-minute time. Yes, of course. So there you go, right? 30-minute time frame closing in 19 seconds. Potential pullback on this would be 50%. That bar, $3. 1328 could be what we're observing here, guys. So yeah, but coming up from a 4-hour time frame, it's still showing a little bit bearish here, but the immediate short term is giving us this potential bear phase over, and I'm curious to see if this is going to be the turn here, guys. Okay, so also Omega Advanced, pick it up in the description below, guys. It is there for you. Make sure to get a lifetime subscription on this. Okay, next let's go ahead and take a look at XLM just a little bit before we price in a couple things here for XRP, as I do see that probability of breaking from this liquidity zone here that I was looking at from 315.39 to 313-ish, right, guys? This is the target that we kind of faced here when we were day trading today. We expected a potential bounce from this area here, guys. So it definitely bounced pretty nicely, but of course it rejected at that same zone that we've been kind of looking at here for a few days at 318.53, right on the money yet again. So let's remember, guys, that's the criteria here. The real criteria is for us to break above this 318.53 and make sure to stay above it, just like we did before, right? And then we got that continuation to the upside to the targets that we were looking for anyway, right? For 328.88. Of course, it went just a little bit beyond that, but all good. Now, guys, well, remember, guys, that I want you to sign up to the mentorship coming up on this Saturday. Okay, guys, that's going to come up on Saturday 9. That's going to be at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. $100, 9 weeks mentorship with me live. Okay, guys, click the description below. Get your butts in there. Let's enroll. Okay, guys. So XLM looking pretty damn good on a 3-hour time frame, closing in 28 minutes. This is absolutely suggesting a continuation to the upside. No duh, right? But the important thing here is that we're closing above these wicks here. So these wicks, those sticks, those are your prior bar highs, right? We need to close that in order for us to continue towards the upside. Already looking at a 3-hour closure does some good for the asset. Okay, guys, let's look at the 4-hour time frame or anything else, maybe a 6-hour. There we go. 6-hour time frame. Oh, looking very good. Twin sisters here, guys. We have this is a bullish engulfing tweezer bottom, right? And it's a complete buy formation for a continuation to the upside. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and just take a look at volatility on XLM for the continuation. So 5-minute time frame looking like it absolutely has the potentials for an upside continuation here on momentum, right, guys? Now remember that you get this for free, guys, when you become a trading team member in Discord, right? So and data cells and the heat map. So nice, all the main tools that I use, right? So all good. Let's go ahead and take a look at this as it continues towards that upside. 10-minute time frame does appear to have a little bit of a bull flag here as well, and I gotta say that this kind of appears to be an inverse head and shoulders. Now, the inverse head and shoulders, of course, looks a little questionable here. Got to remove the outliers like those, but it's all good. So if we were to kind of suggest that this inverse head and shoulders would be the one, I think it's got an upside regression, right? And your implied target or your price objective on this would probably be somewhere around the targets of 43.4156. So just a little over your 43-cent zone. And yeah, I think it's doing that, right? It just actually broke out of this chop zone using this price action here, right? You break out, come back, test your support area here, break out of that support, continue on to the upside, resist from this area here at 42.7. That 42.7 brings you right back into this zone where we're currently at, right around the 42.4. Validate that support and then continue towards the upside where you can see a potential or a probability of 43.4234, and it is absolutely confluent to prior price action on XLM. Okay, so that is looking good for the 10-minute time frame. Let's just go ahead and continue real quick. 15-minute time frame, yeah, looking pretty damn good, guys. Look at this upside momentum here. Definitely green bars, and we're expanding just a little bit. Remember, this is your throttle here, right, guys? Acceleration is expansion and deceleration is contraction. Not remember, this is unidirectional, right? So guys, it's bidirectional. So what we're looking for is the direction from momentum with the participation or acceleration or deceleration of volatility and linear. So 20-minute time frame does continue towards that upside, looking like a bull flag here, and even more clear, that inverse head and shoulders first upside target would be realized at the bull flag measured move. So that would be just about this target right up here, guys. Yeah, and it's similar to the one that we talked about, right? 42.91, pull back, get that validation of your 42.5, and continue. Okay, 30-minute time frame does have upside continuation. Wow, look at that. Hourly time frame, 25 minutes to close, bullish engulfing, bull flag combination, upside momentum, and about to expand here. Ooh, let's go. 2-hour time frame upside. We have 3-hour time frame upside, 4 up, and oh, wait. Do we have a true down? Okay, no, it's got a kink there. We need them to be faced to the downside completely to determine the last of the upside. Okay, guys, so here we go. That's the one. 8 hours of upside, opening the bar right at around 41.9174, giving us about a current average true range of 0.0196 on tap, and that puts us at a top side of about 0.4389, guys. So that's going to give us what target? Check it out. Here is the target that we're looking for: 434168 from the target that from the target of the 43894, right, guys? So looking pretty damn good. I still think that we have some upside continuation here, guys. Now, heads up on your 6-hour close, right? That's going to be in 24 minutes, also with your 3-hour and your hourly, all confluent, which means that there is likely a pullback on this, right, guys? So loading on this could actually be, well, I'm going to keep it as transparent as I can. And I would say that it's going to be 42.3598, 42.3598. And that would bring us down towards a very confluent level. Maybe, I don't know if it can reach here, guys, but maybe 42.2739. Okay, guys, so these are both of your entry criteria here, right at this point here. And those are your targets here to the right-hand side. Okay, good. So that's it for XLM, and I do think that this has got that continuation all the way up to that 43.4168 for now. Okay, guys, as soon as we can reach this topside target, very likely we would come back and validate some other type of support, like, for example, this one here at around 42.9644. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and switch over here to XRP and find out what that upside volatility move could be, right? So 30-minute time frame suggesting, well, let's go in from granular, right? So major upside thrust here on a 5-minute time frame for XRP, looking very impressive. Make sure to hit those ATWs in the chat, guys. I love you all so much. Thank you so much. And I always read these comments, guys, and not all the time can I reply, right? And still, guys, we're continuing to get more and more viewers here, and I got to keep on giving that huge thank you to my boy Dean over at M4 Carding in UK. I love you, buddy. Thank you so much for all of your help. You have no idea how much I appreciate you, dude. Anything you need, you reach out to me, okay, buddy? I got you, my bro. So let's go ahead and continue this, guys. So we do have that upside, massive throttle on a 5-minute time frame, and we have contraction here, right? So this is mathematically speaking, it's set to revert, or it's expanding, right? So 10-minute time frame continuing towards that upside, 2 minutes to close on that great confirmation bar. And take a look at very similarly here to the XLM asset. We have this the inverse head and shoulders, right? So very good. We're just going to get rid of the outlier here. It's all good. We have the head, shoulder right over there, and top side target. Of course, we can go ahead and figure that in. Let's just go ahead and use this as your potential regression, right? So let's go ahead and bring down now the implied target, or the trend line that's going to help us put the price objective together here, right? So we're looking at a potential top side of around 319.56. I would say that I'm going to correct it to a hard target of around 319.68 to 318.53. Okay, guys, that's presently what I'm observing here for a potential take profit for the immediate short term. Remember, guys, that the whole thing here is that sometimes, well, we're not getting the major moves to the upside. We could benefit from the immediate short term, trade our asset XRP so that we can buy more XRP with those winnings, right, guys? Okay, so let's go ahead and now continue with the analysis here, guys. This is just a psychological target of which we need to be entirely aware of. Okay, so now back to volatility. It is still suggesting upside continuation on a 10-minute, 15-minute time frame, upside continuation. Great. 5 minutes to close, or 6 minutes. 20-minute time frame still has an upside posturing, right? So it cannot put that on a downside just yet. 30-minute time frame just open, upside continuation. Hourly upside continuation. Nice. Bi-hourly upside, 4-hour upside. We have 6 hours. Oh, it's still got a, yeah, very similarly to XLM, right? We have the kink on the 6-hour potential, 8-hour downside. Yeah, so 8-hour total downside. It started off, or it opened the bar right at around 312.37. We have about not 0.1120 or 32 on tap, right? So just about a little over 11 cents, giving us an ATR top of about $3.23.68. So let's go ahead and get our drawings here and take a look at what the potentials are. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, guys, we still, the target to the immediate short term is this. Nice. So we have around that 320, right? 319.76, 318.53. So continuing into this, guys, it's, yeah, we're being suggested a potential target of just about here. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of highlight this area here as a focus zone for the more immediate short term. And guys, what this is going to do is going to start pressuring the further time frames to the upside. So go ahead and focus these 324.07, 321.97. In order for us to get into these targets here, we need to break above that 318.53 to 319.76. It feels like we actually might get that this time around here. Okay, guys, it's looking not bad at all. But yeah, got to be careful when we experience things like that, or yeah, guys, we just got to be careful. But yeah, so I think this may actually be a pretty good place to leave off here, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, I mean, the upside on this, guys, is just, it's kind of hard to see it at this point after the 8-hour retrace. It's got about 12 daily time frame, by daily time frame, around 3, 4. Let's see. Let me just go ahead and put it down anyway, right? So weekly. And so this would have just about bi-weekly's worth of downside, which, by the way, already may have happened. So let's take a look. We have about 56 cents on tap, putting us to a low of about $2.89. And we reached a low of 296.30. That's fair. Yep, I do think that this is continuing on an upside trend here, guys. And this was the new bi-weekly bar that we opened here a few days ago. And we're retracing to the 50% prior bar, validating the breakout from these current supports, and continuation to the upside feels likely. Okay, so short-term downsides, a little bit of zigzag here and there, guys. I'm not trying to say that I'm actually, guessing what the Fed is going to say in the next 2 days here, but it feels like it may actually be good news if XRP could be the canary in the coal mine here. So shoot. All right. Well, good luck with that one, team. If anything, you know where to reach me, and we shall talk very, very scary Jerry Larry soon. All right, team. Adios and adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos. My goodness. as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team.